I'm Noah Ohashi. I'm trans, queer, and disabled person. I was born in Japan and raised in Japan, and moved to Chicago 3 years ago. I had a hard time finding accessible trans and queer communities. When I go to the queer community meetings, disabled person was only me, and a lot of place was not wheelchair accessible. At the same time, finding a disability community that understands trans identity was also hard for me. I was the only person in the Center for Independent Living in Japan who was disabled and queer. But after I moved to the US and learned about concept of intersectionality and met many queer and trans people with disabilities, I finally found who I am. I want to raise awareness of concept of intersectionality. Many people are having a hard time finding their sense of belonging. But when we could have a safe space that allow us to celebrate the richness of whole identity as a human being, we could embrace ourselves. I want to ask trans and queer community to think about accessibilities. Are your space accessible for wheelchair user? Is your website or screen readable? There's many accessibilities that you need to think about it. Also, I want to ask to disability community to think about the representation of disability community. Does queer and trans people with disabilities are included in your community? But if both of the community could understand the concept of intersectionality and could bridge the gap between two of the communities, we can find a new pathway of the voices that we couldn't hear before. Because in the end, we as a human being, we wanted to have a sense of belongings in our communities. And that's I want to see happen.